Okay guys, so today I am going to try out the latest subscription box from Crafter's Companion. It's number 23. Usually I try to open it in front of you guys, like out of the box, because it comes wrapped, but I've been trying not to touch packages that come in, you know, for reasons that we all know. So I just left it sitting out for a while, and then right now I just carefully like open it up and take it out. You know what's so funny? I have hand sanitizer to like throw in the air, because whenever I that's like a Spanish saying, a Mexican saying, para aventar al aire. I mean, just to like, who cares, throw it out wherever, because you know, every time I go to the dollar store or Daiso or anywhere cute and they have something cute, I would just pick them up. So you know, Miranda has tons of them in her room, just like with little decorations. I'm like, oh, this is good. So right now I have that one just from having touched those boxes very gingerly. I want to use that. But anyhow, well, that's a nice one. It's a good housekeeping. I think that one came from Walmart. It might have been from the Dollar Tree. But because it really feels nice actually when you're done. So just a tip if you guys see that one, if you happen to see that. So I didn't even know what was in this box because of the description of it. And so it's kind of a bummer because I would have been like, oh wow, because it's a floral decoupage craft kit. Again, like I said at the beginning of the last video, that I thought I was getting the sub box, and it was actually the card making compendium auto ship number 2. You can get the boxes on Crafter's Companion site now. Your discount goes towards them too. I think they release it a little bit after we get ours, but either way you can see what's in it and then decide if you want to buy it that way. So it will be cheaper and usually free shipping depending on your order, and no taxes, right? But so let's open this up. It says it has over 275 elements, and you know, I recently got their decoupage stuff, so we've already tried it out, so we'll see what's in here. Metal dies, 19 pieces, which is good. Clear acrylic stamps, obviously a stamp set. Card blanks, 18 envelopes. Printed papers, 24 pieces. Decoupage sheets, 48 pieces, or sheets. Colored card, 20 pieces. Pearls and ribbon, of course. So let's open this up. So hopefully this will be kind of a quick one, because, well, the kids... one of them is sleeping, the other one's awake, and then we finally got packets of homework to work on, so we got to get going on that, and I have to pretend, you know, to be some semblance of normal, I guess, of normalcy. So we have our pearls, we have our ribbon, really pretty colors, very soft pastel colors. People like the last card making compendium box, which somebody asked how much they cost. They do cost a little more than these guys. These are $24.95 plus tax and shipping, so they come out to be like 30 bucks. The card making compendium, I didn't realize, is $29.95. plus the tax and the shipping, so they're like $35, $36. So just so you know. Okay, so it's 2 stamp sets basically. So this one has just like the decoupage sets that I ordered on HSN. Again, I did get an email from HSN this morning or yesterday morning. I can't remember. I had mentioned that they're having extended return 90-day policy, so that's what it was about. So yeah, and someone had mentioned, and I don't want to spread a rumor, but she said that she contacted HSN and asked if the Joy was wrapped into that 90 days, and the lady said absolutely was. She's like, I got her name, I got her information down, because if, you know, 90 days they don't accept it, I'll say, no, you guys told me that I can return it. So call if you still have the Joy and you're still on the fence about it, or maybe even to a couple months from now you're like, you know what, I'm not really using this thing, or you know, it's acting funny. You have the time to return it. Okay, so just a little public service announcement, but definitely call and make sure of that. So we have our clear stamps. It looks like, what is this flower? Lupine? What do you call it? Lavender? It doesn't look like lavender. It looks like that. I wish I knew the name, because now I'm going to want to say it and I don't know what it is. Oh well. And then some like roses here. Really pretty. So very fine stamps. And then these are sentiments. It says, you know, if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. Friends are the family we choose for ourselves. Fun stuff like that. Today is all about you. Cherish some moments. You're the best. Lots of things on this one. I know it's hard to see. It's really hard for me to even read them. It's very thin. Our little decoupage sheets, which are adorable. Look how tiny this is. Super cute. Let's see if these are... I'm assuming it's going to be like half a design, because that's what they did with that last one. It was all the same papers. So yeah. So these are all the same of this assortment here. Is it lupine? I want to say... Anyway, you guys can remind me. I remember making flowers like this with that Donna Dewberry when I used to do one stroke painting, and then she would do these and she would do these, and I don't remember. Oh well. And then we have our roses that look like a picture. They're kind of funny, but it's like a drawing. So there's that. And then we have the dies that go with it. Now, I already like these dies better just looking at them because the other ones were, you couldn't see through them, right? The ones from the decoupage sets that you might have picked up on HSN. So I like that these, you can see through it so you can have a better idea of where you're lining them up. You can do the aperture trick, but with this one it's going to be a little bit easier. And then I'm not sure what these little circles are about, but interesting. We have card blanks, just your standard cards it looks like. I don't think there's anything funky going on here. Your envelopes to coordinate. Let's look at this printed paper. So I know some people got theirs before I got mine. In the chat in the HSN on Crafters TV, I was like, hey, because several people said they got theirs a couple days ago. Again, I let mine sit around because I didn't want to open it, but I was like, I got mine yesterday in the afternoon. But yeah, so people are getting theirs even before mine, and usually people are surprised at how quickly I get my orders. So let's look at this paper a little bit. This is kind of stylized floral paper, and then there's this really pretty one right here with the kind of harlequin or I don't know design. That's funny because Sarah had done a stamping with some of the background stamps, those big large background stamps, and the paper almost looked exactly like this, so really pretty. Nice mottled paper, looks kind of like marble. What is this? Really pretty kind of wallpaper looking paper. I like that one a lot. Yeah, kind of a background with like the lace look. This is cute. I like this one too. I love floral papers. I know we're like, oh, we have enough butterflies, but I'm telling you, butterflies get me every time, especially dragonflies. That'd be so pretty. And we have this paper. It just reminded me of something somebody had said if I could get in contact with Crafters Companion, let them know that they need to do more dragonfly stuff like that. But it's like, I only work with one gal that approached me. She said, hey, I heard that I should get in contact with you to do some reviews. And then I sent her my emails, you know, links to the videos I made, but I'm not quite the input person yet. Not on that level yet. So we have this green background paper with like script, which is really pretty. This is really nice florals. Who does ask me stuff like that is Diamond Press. They are all about listening to what, you know, we think. They love to read the comments you guys leave on the videos. Oh, and I have tons of videos coming up for them. I got a box yesterday or a couple days ago, which yes includes a new marquee, guys. I will definitely be reviewing that, the larger little machine, and then some new sets, and then really pretty whitewash kind of paper, like wood. And then we have our colored paper, which I guess I'll open anyway, but just real quick. Just nice soft muted colors. So I think this is going to work up quick. I have to think about what I want to do, and maybe I'll actually use the cards from this set. A lot of times I make my own card base. But let me look at this, and we'll get situated and we'll get to cutting. Okay, so I have some of the base stuff we need here for the card. I'm going to use that little flower. I will figure it out. I should have looked it up while I was off here, but that's okay. So I think what we're going to do is a folded card. Why not, right? However you want to do it. So let me get to that part first, and then we'll move from there. And hopefully I can line this up and do this right. So this is a 5-inch card base. So all I'm going to do is, that's a centimeter side. Let me get over here. And I'm going to try to line this up on that 4-inch just so I can have a good idea of where I am here. If it's straight, it's hard for me to tell. I feel like it needs to go more this way. So somebody had said I should color in that 4-inch line, and I'm like, I don't know, or even the 4 1/4, just so you have, you know, that you're in the same line. Let me do that actually. Let me see if this is good enough. And I'm going to do 4 1/4 because that's normally where I mark things, you know, for cards. I don't want to do the 4-inch, so I'm just going to do 4 1/4, just so I always have that ready to go. So I'm going to let that dry for a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is a permanent marker. That's why I just had to let it dry. It's alcohol ink, basically. Any one of your alcohol ink markers will help you. So what I'm going to do is line it up, and now I can see better that I have this at the tip here, and then I can see down here that it's also lined up there. So that's good. Now I'm just going to take my scoring tool and do that. That's much easier. And so it's going to be one of these kind of things, okay? So very interesting, a little different than what I normally would do. I think that's all I need. Oh, my scoring tool for. I put it down nicely and it still fell over. Okay, and then I have this piece of paper for the outer mat that's 4 3/4 square, and I'm gonna cut this in a triangle. So 4 3/4 square, but I'm gonna cut it right down, hopefully. I'm trying to see exactly where this is. That's pretty good, not too bad. And then I have 4 3/4 square that's going to go on the inside of the card. So again, you can fold it like this. You can cut it in this other direction, but that's kind of weird. So I just have it like this. It's very structural. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of interesting. And let's just go ahead and stick down this paper while we're here. Really pretty papers in this pack. I like that. Because some of them are richer. Even though they're like muted colors, they're nice. And let me see. So that's the inside of the card there. I'm going to lay this flat and I'm going to stick, where did I cut it? Right here? Yep. I'm going to stick one here. And I'm going to use a wet glue on this because I want to make sure I have them tucked into the corners the way I want. If you have any distressing inking you want to do, of course do that first. I keep forgetting and then I do it later on some of the cards I've been doing recently. But I'm just going to leave this one kind of fresh and clean. And again, since this is 4 3/4 square that I cut down, it's going to leave a small little area here because of the way I'm nestling it in here. So as you can see, this is a 4 3/4 square too, but at the same time, I didn't have to move it down like we were doing with the rectangles. So if you want it to be a little bit more looking like this one, just the very little edge, you're going to want to probably cut a 4 7/8 inch square or something, so you're barely splitting the difference here. Oopsie. It's a slight difference, but you know, for some people they like that. They like that consistency there. I've been saying even recently just making something 1/4 inch all around smaller isn't enough for me. I'm like, there's still too much white showing, right? Because this only should be 1/8 of an inch on either side and it still looks like a lot of white. So again, if you don't like that, you got to get into those smaller fraction type numbers. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit before we move on so I don't mess up my paper. So that will be the perfect time to let this dry. Oh, so pretty. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, just so you know. I just was like, I want to do like a easel looking card. We're gonna cut these guys out. Now again, this is gonna be easier to see, so that's great. I do like that it has a lot of dies in this set. I hate when this thing sticks to the plastic, so I just rip it off. There's no jimmying that thing out of there because it's really kind of difficult to do. So I'm going to use my Gemini Junior. I don't believe this is too big to go through the mini. I guess if you cut pieces out, then you could put it through your mini or something like that, but it would work in the Anna Griffin Empress Mini, no problem. Let me just show you real quick. Look at that. Perfectly. Let's go. Good to go. But I have my Junior sitting right here and it's all ready to go, so I'm just going to use that. So what we're going to do is take all these little pieces. So let's say, where's the bigger one? I guess it's this one. On the back of this, there's a little number. I don't know if you can see. It says A1. Okay, so here it says A1. Obviously, they go together. But what that's also there for, and somebody had commented this, and then I watched recently another Sarah's tutorial on that. So that little A1 can line up over the button, or this little spot that says A1. Now I don't know if that's helpful or if it makes it a little more harder because to me it's like, okay, I have to cover that up, but you can still cover that up and have this thing crooked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But like I said, it's nicer that this one at least has your ability to see through it. Now if you want to make an aperture like I've shown you in the past, go for it. I'm going to try and make this quick, so I'm just going to I'll have the link to the other videos where I've done that in the past, especially with the other decoupage video, because that's basically what this is. I'm going to hold that down, and I'm just going to layer them all up at the same time. It looks like they might have a little bit of they made the image a little bit bigger than your die. That way you're not catching too much of just extra nothingness on the outside, so that's good. It's a kind of a fail-proof way of doing this. Of course, you don't want these dies to move because if they shift over each other, you're going to be in big trouble in your machine, right? So definitely put tape. I might even add a little more tape. But see what I'm saying? Hopefully you can see what I'm saying. Is when I put the die down, I can see that there's some of the color is still out in this area. So that means that they made it so that the die is never going to really miss that area. It's always going to catch some color. Hopefully, that's what that means. That's what it looks like. So that's nice. And the last one. And then I'm just going to run this through with the regular sandwich because this is not like the most intricate dies in the world. Or these are not. Did I say this are not? Okay. Somewhere like that. So how are you guys doing? Are you holding up? Yeah, everyone's doing well. I'm going to put my plastic shim, magnetic mat, and next cutting plate. And just run it through. Oh, one thing I noticed about this kit, now that I'm gonna go to assemble this, there are no dimensional adhesives. To be honest, in a decoupage kit, how hard would it have been to throw in just like a little pack of dimensional adhesives, you know what I'm saying? Like any small pack, it doesn't even have to be something like this, you know, but like a little section of this or something, but no. So that I think would have made a more comprehensive kit now that I think about it. But here we are. We're gonna have to use our own dimensionals if you have them. I'm probably gonna use my glue gels because my 3D glue gel because I like to use that, but here we go. And then I was gonna mention, let's say you did this and you just did a great job and you really like the way everything cut. This can now become your aperture for the next time, right? And you guys know what I'm talking about as far as apertures that I've been doing. I put the other pack away, but I can show you real quick. So these all cut really well. Like I said, they left a little extra, it looks like, but not that much. So I think it was just from lining it up pretty well. Hopefully you can see that. No, it's not focusing. Just here, there's still a little bit of color, but not too much. But let's say, okay, I did a pretty good job. I like that. So what I'm gonna do is put this back on here and I'll show you real quick. So this piece of paper now can become your aperture for the next time you do your thing. And all you have to do is put it right on here and just make sure it's settled in right. Right? I like it. Everything's good. Run it through with this and then the new one underneath, and then you can see exactly that you're cutting it exactly where you want. So kind of cool if you did a great job, you know. If you didn't, then just next time do something different. Or this can still become your aperture. You just have to line it up the way you want each individual little thing to work. Okay. I still don't really know what I'm doing. So I think what I'm going to do is assemble this, and then I'm going to add it to the card because I don't know how I wanted to do this. Now I think about it. I mean, because this could be the point down here, right? And then up here could be something else, but it really should be up here. I don't know. Let's put this thing together and then we'll figure that out, what we want to do. And maybe we need a couple sets, but I don't really feel like cutting out a couple sets right now. So let's get this going. Where's my 3D glues? I'll be right back. Okay, I don't have a ton of glue gel in this, but this should work for this, I hope. So I'm not really going to smash them down too much because every layer I do is going to smash more and more. So I'm kind of thinking how I want to do this. Maybe I do want to do... I'll still start from the bottom. I'm just not going to push them down too much. So a good glob of glue in every area. And this one goes right here, obviously. Like I said, I'm not going to push it down too much right now because then I'm going to come in with this top one and it's going to squish that. It's going to squish the next one, squish the next one. So I hope you can see I'm putting a pretty good amount of glue. This one goes here. And then if you need to push one layer and not the other, you can get under it, right? With your hand. Okay. Oh, this is working up real fast. Okay, and this is the last one. Oh, I just ran out of gobs of glue. Alright, let me refill this thing. And I've already shown you guys several times. You pull this out. Just bring the other bottle and squish it in and it'll fill it up. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Ah. There we go. And that last little bit. And this one goes over here. So let me peruse the top of the box and see what it is that maybe I want to do. Maybe there's something on there that will help me out there. I just saw a huge... Okay, I live in a cul-de-sac. There's literally like 10 houses. And a big old huge sanitary supply truck drove by. I wonder if someone's ordering toilet paper that way or something. That's crazy. Because like I've never seen that, and why would they come through housing units like this? But anyway, okay, so we have our little guy, and let's decide what we want to do with this. Okay, so I was looking at the box, and there's a few things on there, and I was like, well, you know what? I think what I'll do is, they have this one idea where this is kind of stacked up. Now this is going to take a while to dry, okay? That's the only thing about the glue there. On top of another piece, it's kind of like this, but then it's kind of distressed, so I thought, oh, that might be good. So I do have a little distressing tool from close to my heart. I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to use the side of my scissors. This piece of paper, I just cut by eye. I did not do anything. I just cut it. It's just over 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Weird, it doesn't look like a square. But like I said, some of it's a little bit over that. So we're just trying to make it look a little rough. And maybe we'll do a little more with that. Because this isn't getting as gouged as I would like. So we'll see. We'll have to maybe use our hands to curl it up a little bit. And if that sound bothers you, I'm very sorry. I just realized it's a little bit scratchy, a little bit ugly. So we want to really get in here, apparently. Yeah, so whoever that was, it was waxie.com, if that helps you, W-A-X-I-E. And it says, cleaning supplies distributor. I know on even like on Amazon, they still sell toilet paper in like those huge rolls, like the kind that you would have like if you were a store owner. That kind of toilet paper that's like a little bit more papery than you would like. So I don't know if that helps anybody, but they have it. That's good. Let me kind of mess with this a little bit. Just a little something, I don't know. So I'll probably put this on here. And I'm going to do it a little bit flat just because I'm a little bit over the dimension at the moment, but we can stick that on there. I'm going to leave this to the side for a minute to dry a little more. And then as far as the sentiments, what I'm going to use for the stopper, I had this piece that again is cut off from like the paper I used earlier. And I'm going to use Thinking of You because it fits on there really well. So that's why I'm using that sentiment. Again, because I never learned my lesson, I'm going to use my alcohol-proof ink. The reason I say this is because sometimes it repels acrylic. Acrylic repels this ink real easily, but hopefully this won't. Hopefully this will be okay. I think this paper is straight on one side rather than another down here. And it's the one I used to just cut a piece off for that piece that we just distressed, so. Thinking of You. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's okay. And my plan was just to eyeball this, so I am just going to eyeball this, and then I'm going to mat it over another piece of that paper, hopefully. You know what I should do with this one? Maybe I should distress this one too, just to bring in that in, and that will actually make it so we can't even tell that it's crooked. A little bit. So again, you can distress the whole, all your mats. I'll show you real quick on the box. They did this one. They did a lot of it. And they probably even wet it because the way it looks like it was really, really distressed. So as you can see, I just took that little bit of piece right there for inspiration there. But this will be good. Just to kind of echo the other thing. And maybe we'll put some... What should we put on that? I don't know. And, oh, okay. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit and redo that. My plan was for it to just fit into that. So let's cut that down a little bit. And that way I don't have to waste too much of that paper either. Because if I did, I would just cut it the other way and I'd waste more than if I just layered it up right now like this. See? Much better. Okay. And then we do need a 3D pop dot that because it's going to be the stopper. So you need to have a little bit of lift off. There we go. And I'm allowing the left to the right to be the judge of how high or low I have it on here, right? So, there we go. And just trim that down right here. Alright. I guess then we will add some of these because I never really go with the pearls, do I? These are interesting pearl colors. Let me see. I guess we can go with the pink. It's unexpected. I don't know what I want to do here. Let's just... You know, I don't normally use the pearls, so let's do that one and 2 more little ones next to it. Oopsie. Not there, buddy. Ugh, it's too close. This is why I don't fidget with these things. No, not there. Not there. See, now it's stuck down. Did it leave the glue? It left its glue behind. Ay. Let's get a little glue on here. Tell ya, this is why. This is why. Look at this thing. Come on. Alright. Something like that. Okay. And then since I did that, I feel like I need to add some over here, don't we? But then it'll be the same corner. I was going to put them down here, then it's in the same kind of area, no? Let's see. I'm trying to see what this would look like if I put it here, put this here. You know what, man, no, a little bow. I don't know about that. Like a little ribbon? Let me figure this out. Okay, sure, we'll put a little bow on here, even though I wasn't really planning on that. So it needs to be small, and I'll probably go with the purple, I think. Well, because the pink is too pink. It doesn't really have anything to do with... green's kind of nice. Let's just go with the purple. And I'm not even thinking we should do a bow. Maybe I should just do like a little knot. Ugh, I don't know. This is weird. Maybe I need to position this a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? Maybe give this a little zhuzh. Yeah, that'll probably be better. Because now if I put the bow here, it doesn't look as odd. Okay, so let's... Oh, great. Use the wrong scissors because those scissors are real rough. When they cut really ugly. That's more of like for thick things, not fine ribbons, of course. So I do my bows. I do fake little, basically bunny ears, and then I just push one into the other. And that was just a small piece. I don't even know if it was a foot long, probably less than that. And then I'm gonna keep zhuzhing it and messing with it until it looks right. So I'll push this, I'll pull this, I'll pull these back. You know, whatever I have to do to make it look right. I don't like that. I don't like this side. Ooh, I don't like this at all. Okay, let's pull this way. Pull this one this way. Alright, so I'm going to keep messing with this until it looks pretty. I don't even know which side I like better. Maybe this side? Maybe this side? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep messing with this until it looks right. Okay, something like that. This took me probably 5 minutes to get working. I'm going to trim that little piece off again. Just a little bit. Ugh. And then this piece here. See how much nicer it is when you use scissors that aren't serrated on one side. And then I'm going to take my little burner just to seal that. And yes, I always have a lighter in my craft area for such occasions. Alright, so let's put this thing together. I think we might be ready. I'm going to go ahead and use dry adhesive for this one. That way you guys can see it real quick. Usually I'm like, okay, I'm not going to put it on here yet because I can't allow the paper to push against it, right? because I've used that 3D glue gel. So I'm just gonna put these 2 on here. So those are ready to go in just a second. And how am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna put that there. Hopefully, I have a feeling I might have to 3D glue gel this one because it's sturdy. I want quite a bit of glue on there to hold it. Something like that. And then we're gonna put it here. And I'll use a wet glue. Oh, I guess that's what I'll do. I didn't really plan to line it up on this diagonal, but that will work. Again, that's still wet, so I'm not gonna mess with that too much. And then when it pops up like this, we will have our stopper that goes in here somewhere. How far back? Like right there. Yep, right there. And that is it, guys. I used a little more of the products than I normally do. Hopefully you guys will like the card, the finished product here, and I hope you guys are all doing well. And I will see you guys at the next one. Now, oh, you know, I actually did want to mention, in the other video, I used both the pre-printed cards and the stamps. So basically, you just stamp out your images, and then you're gonna use your little dies to go ahead and cut out what you want. And these are a little bit different because this one I can see it's this one layer and then it has the 2. But if you keep stamping this big layer and then using the dies as you want, you're gonna continue cutting the same layers if that's what you want to do, okay? So just keep that in mind. So even though there's not like a stamp for each one, you can always just bring over your dies, stamp this 4 times, and then put the die where it needs to be to cut that certain area if you need to do that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.